truth about jesters. History's smartest fools. Imagine living in a world where one wrong sentence could ruin your life. A world where kings ruled absolutely, where people bowed, agreed, smiled, and hid what they really thought. Now imagine one person walking into that room wearing ridiculous clothes, making everyone laugh, and saying things nobody else dared to say. People called them fools. But what if that was the disguise? What if history remembered them wrong? Because behind the bells, behind the jokes, behind the strange smile, the court jester may have been one of the smartest people in the kingdom. And once you understand what their real job was, you never look at them the same way again. Chapter 1. The man everyone laughed at. Close your eyes and imagine a medieval royal court. Large halls, nobles standing quietly, guards watching every movement, and at the center, a king, powerful, untouchable. Then suddenly, someone enters. Bright clothes, strange hat, tiny bells. Everyone laughs. The jester has arrived. At first glance, they look ridiculous. That was the point, because nobody fears a fool. And that gave the jester something unusual, freedom. While others carefully chose every word, the jester spoke openly. People underestimated them, which made them dangerous. Chapter 2. Their job wasn't to be funny. Most people think jesters existed to entertain. That's only part of the story. Real jesters performed, but performance wasn't the goal. Observation was. A good jester watched everything. Who looked nervous, who lied, who wanted power, who the king trusted. Then they turned those observations into jokes. And hidden inside those jokes were messages. Sometimes criticism, sometimes advice, sometimes warnings. The room laughed, but someone always understood. Chapter 3. The only person who could tell the truth. Think about this. If you disagree with a king, what happens? Most people stayed silent. Advisors protected themselves. Nobles protected status. But jesters, they used humor as protection. Instead of saying, "You made a bad decision," they might joke, "Everyone laughs." The king laughs. But the message still arrives. That's what made them unusual. Not because they had no fear, but because they understood people. Truth delivered directly creates enemies. Truth delivered with laughter sometimes gets heard. Chapter 4. The intelligence of a jester. Being a jester wasn't easy. You needed timing, memory, creativity, observation, confidence. You had to understand emotions, read faces, predict reactions, know exactly where the line was, and never cross it. Too soft, nobody listens. Too harsh, you lose everything. Every performance became a game. One mistake, and the room becomes silent. Chapter 5. The strangest power in the castle. Here's the strange part. Kings had armies, money, authority, but a jester had something different. Access. They could reach emotions. They could lower tension. They could say impossible things. And sometimes they became trusted voices. Imagine that. The person everyone laughed at might secretly understand the room better than everyone else. Final chapter. Were they ever really fools? History loves simple labels. King, knight, hero, fool. But people are rarely that simple. Not every jester was wise. Not every jester changed history. But maybe we misunderstood what being a fool meant. because pretending people underestimate you can become its own kind of power. And maybe that was the Jesters' greatest performance, not making people laugh, but making everyone believe they weren't smart. So next time you see a jester, don't just see colourful clothes. See someone standing in front of power, telling the truth, and surviving. People laughed at them, but maybe the joke was never on the jester. Maybe it was on everyone else. Would you rather be feared or underestimated? Don't forget to subscribe.
All the time with